Senator Atkins.
President. Thank you, Madam President. I rise today in support of SB62. This is really a personal issue for me. As many of you know, you've heard me tell about my mother, who was a seamstress, and she was a really good one, I might add. I will never forget watching my mom night after night doing her figures, which is what she called it when she would tally up her numbers to determine if she had made production. I knew those technical terms at a very young age. Like many garment workers in California, most of whom are women, she worked piecemeal. So in order to figure out how much money our family would have at the end of the week for food or rent, expenses, she would have to grab her pencil and paper and do her figures. I actually joined my mom at the factory one summer while I was home from college. It was one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, but I knew I'd be going back to school come fall. My mom did not have that same relief. Day after day, year after year, she would go to the factory, to a very demanding job where she made very little money. As she got older and slowed down, the figures she'd add up at the kitchen table got smaller and smaller. That was in the 1980s. 30 years later, not much has changed. Women are still running down the clock to churn out as much product as possible, showing up when sick, skipping breaks, in an attempt to piece together enough to make ends meet. We need to ask ourselves, is that right? This isn't about hurting businesses. After the challenges many of them faced last year, we have to ensure that they are stable too. But too many corporations are succeeding as they stand on the stooped, exhausted, and underpaid shoulders of their workers. And ethical employers are being punished by unfair competition. I ask again, is that right? It's time to stand up for these workers, especially after, as my colleague from Los Angeles said, they helped get us through the pandemic by making PPE, masks, and hospital gowns. And we have to protect responsible businesses as well. I thank my colleague from Los Angeles for her continued dedication to this issue, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Atkins.